Welcome back to our weekly live stream. My name is Alicia, and in this week's live lesson, we are going to talk about how to use study tools to boost your learning. So in this week's lesson, we are going to talk about some different ideas that you can use to make your study sessions more efficient, to help you remember things better, more efficiently, and of course, to help you to make sure that you learn as much as possible. So in today's lesson, I have focused on three main categories. But of course, if you have other ideas that are different from today's lesson, you can include that in the comment section so your digital classmates can get some ideas as well. So as you join, please make sure to hit the like button and of course, share this video so that other people can find today's lesson. That would be super cool. So while we wait for everyone to join us live, I have two super quick announcements. The first one is about this banner at the bottom of the screen that says download your free 2,000 words ebook. So if you have not heard me talk about this before, our team has created an ebook. This is a free, 100% free PDF ebook that has the 2,000 core words of English in it. If you don't know what the core words of English are, the core words of any language, not just English, are the 2,000 most commonly used words. These are the words that you need to know, the most important words to know for fluency. So if you are studying vocabulary, if you want to make sure you study the most important words first, you should download this ebook. So you can find this at EnglishClass101.com. You can find this from the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube, or above or to the side of the video if you're watching on Facebook. This is totally free. You need your name and an email address to access it. So please check that out. I hope that is helpful for your vocabulary studies. Announcement 2 is if you have questions for me, great. Please send me your questions, but please send them to me so that I can answer them properly in our weekly question and answer series called Ask Alicia. So you will find this on our YouTube page. You can find this at the English Class 101 YouTube page, of course, but you will also find the official question submission page there. So please don't send me your questions in Facebook comments or Instagram DMs or YouTube comments because there are too many every day. I cannot read them all. So please put them in the official question submission page, submission box. You can find the link for this in the YouTube description if you're watching on YouTube. So send them to me. I need them there. Also, if you want to find me on Instagram, the link is there as well. Okay, everything is going. I think everything is rolling just fine. It looks like everything's good. Hello, everybody that is joining. I will check the comments now before we begin today's lesson. Let's see, Facebook. What's up, Facebook? Hi. Hello, Maikon and Juan Ahmed. Hi, Zarp as well. Welcome, everybody. On YouTube, hey, Top Benja. Hi, Benja Quito. Hello. Anu, what's up? Muxlisakson. Hello, everybody. I see some new names in here today. That's super cool. Welcome. Please write hello in the chat if you are new or if you are joining. So I'm going to like and share the video now. Here I go. And then I'm going to start today's lesson. So again, today we are talking about how to use study tools to boost your learning. So I'm going to like the video and share the video. You can do this too. Okay, done. Okay, great. It is done. All right, let's begin today's topic then. So today we're going to talk about three main groups of study tools, okay? So the first one I want to talk about is flashcards. We talk a lot about flashcards because they are super useful tools for memorizing lots of information, right? But today I want to talk a lot about something maybe you have heard me talk about before, spaced repetition flashcards. So these are different, a little different from regular flashcards. With regular flashcards, maybe you have a lot of cards with one word on one side, on the other side, the translation, right? So you check the flashcards, right? One by one, put them to the side, right? And maybe every day or maybe 2 times a day, you check the flashcards, right? That's the basic type of flashcard. That's fine, right? We can learn something with these flashcards. So the difference with spaced repetition flashcards is in this part, spaced repetition. So that means in between the repeat, in between the review part. So for example, I study one time and then the next day I study again. This is one repetition, one repeat, okay? So between study session 1 and study session 2, there's a space, there's a gap, okay? This is a key point with this type of flashcard, okay? So the idea is with the spaced repetition flashcard, we learn a new word or we learn something new. We have a break, like 1 day or maybe 1 hour, maybe. And then we review the word and then have a longer break. So maybe study session 1 today, study session 2 this evening, study session 3 tomorrow morning, and then we have longer and longer breaks, okay? This is if we remembered the word, okay? So the idea with a spaced repetition flashcard is that we study something and we take the break so we have some time for our brain to maybe sometimes forget the thing, or we need to give the brain time to try to remember it for the next study session. So having a break in between the study session helps us to remember longer, okay? So maybe in 1, 2, or 3 days, we don't have all of our study sessions in, but over a long time, maybe over a week and over months, we get to learn things or we get to study things and review things a lot, okay? So I made one very, very simple example of about 5 days to maybe 1 week study. So on this side, we have the number of reviews, yeah? On this part, down here, we have the number of days, right? So reviews means how many times did you study that word, right? So on day 0, where there's a star, we learned the word, right? This is our new word. And then maybe later that day, we have to review, right? We review 1 time in the afternoon, 2 times total for the day, right? Maybe the next day, we review morning and afternoon and evening, 3 times total, right? It's a lot of new information, yeah? Maybe on the next day, we review just 2 times. The words are easy for us, right? And then maybe the next day just once. Oh, but the next day we forgot, so we reviewed again, right? 2 times. And after that, we reviewed just once, right? So the idea is that we need time to review things a lot, okay? And another key point with spaced repetition flashcards is that these systems, these online and digital systems that create the space for you, also remember which words are difficult for you and which words are easy for you, okay? So for example, if I remember the easy word for me, if I know I get this word right 100% of the time, these spaced repetition flashcard systems will stop showing that vocabulary word because you know it. You don't need to study it now again, right? Instead, the difficult words, you will see the difficult words next. So spaced repetition flashcards, there are apps that you can use to find these. There are, I guess you could make your own system if you want to. We have spaced repetition flashcards that you can use at EnglishClass101.com. You can check that out if you are one of our members. So the idea with spaced repetition flashcards is you can study much more efficiently. You don't review, you don't spend time reviewing words that you know very, very well, right? You spend your time reviewing the difficult words, the things that you need to practice, okay? So over time, your studies might look something like this. On this side, we have your memory, right? How strong your memory is. And down here, we have time, right? So the first time you learn something new, the first time, maybe fresh that day, like today I learned something new, okay, I can remember it today. But then maybe the next day, I forget, right? It was something difficult or something small, so maybe I forget. And then I review, and my memory becomes stronger again. But then I forget, you know? So we have to review because our memory levels go up and down. We usually, we don't learn something once. We don't see something once and remember forever, right? We need to have this opportunity to forget and review, forget and review. So when we do this, our memory becomes stronger and we can keep the information in our memory for a long time. Yeah? So this is the idea with spaced repetition flashcards. By reviewing a lot, the information can stay in our brain. Okay? Good. So this is my first point. If you have never used spaced repetition flashcards before, check them out. Just try. Like if you have an English Class 101.com account, you can access like the flashcard tools. So check it out if you want to try those. Yeah. Okay. Then second, I want to talk about these 3 red points down here at the bottom. Yeah. So these are some other things that you can do with your flashcards, because flashcards, we don't want to use them only for input, right? So when we check the flashcards, of course, we read the flashcards, but you can do many other things with your studies. So, for example, the first red point here is read flashcards out loud. So when you see a flashcard, like a physical card, or in your spaced repetition system on an app on your phone, say the word out loud. That's another thing you can do for some extra speaking practice, yeah? The second point here is write the words from your flashcards. So physically, on a piece of paper or in your study notebook, try to write the word with a pen and with paper, right? So you physically use your body to write that word. That's writing practice, yeah? And the third point here is make flashcards using sentences and phrases. So by this I mean, so your flashcard isn't just one word always, right? Of course it's important to learn individual, just one word, but make some flashcards that are like one sentence. Like for example, something simple but really useful, like how are you? On one flashcard. Like not just how and are and you on 3 flashcards, right? Try making a sentence or making a phrase for your flashcards, yeah? You can create your own flashcards. If you have a flashcard system, see if you can add your own sentences and phrases so you don't just study one word at a time, but you also study those really useful phrases and sentences, yeah? So this is another thing you can do to make sure that your flashcard studies are as efficient as possible. Okay, I'm coming to look at your comments. Hello everybody that is saying hello, welcome. VaporX on Facebook wrote, I'm listening to Haiti. Maybe I'm listening from Haiti. If so, welcome. Hello. Hi everybody that is still joining. Yeah, welcome everybody. Hey everybody on YouTube. Okay, let's take a super quick break and then we'll go to part 2, the longer part, okay? So very quickly, if you missed it, our team has a 2,000 word ebook. Boom, it just appeared. This 2,000 word ebook. This is a free PDF ebook that you can use to get the core words of English, the most frequently used words in English. So if you want to add something to your spaced repetition flashcard system, you can put all 2,000 of these words in there and make sure you study these words first. So go and get this free vocabulary PDF. It can be really, really helpful for you if you're not sure what to study next for your vocabulary. You can find this at EnglishClass101.com. The link is below the video if you're watching on YouTube, above the video, or to the side if you're watching on Facebook. Okay, good. So if you are just joining, welcome. We're talking about how to use study tools to boost your learning, okay? If you have not, please make sure, like the video, share the video. It helps others to find the lesson. Mohammed just wrote on Facebook, where can I get that book? You are watching on Facebook, so click. This should be either above this video you're watching now or maybe to the side. You might have to make the video small to find the link on Facebook. Check it out. Okay, let's go to part 2 now. Part 2, we're going to talk about audio recordings next. Okay, so I have 2 groups, kind of 2 maybe ways to use audio recordings, or 2 types of audio recordings. First, let's talk about native speaker recordings. So this means an audio recording made by a native English speaker. What can we do with this? A lot. Okay, first, very importantly, make sure when you find a new vocabulary word, check the native speaker pronunciation of that word, okay? If you use EnglishClass101.com, great. We have an audio button you can push on the website. You can listen to the vocabulary word there. If you are using something else or you find a word that is really unique, you need to check it. Please check the online dictionaries. They usually, almost all of them, Merriam-Webster is my favorite, they have a recording you can listen to check the pronunciation of the word. A lot of people write to me, like on Ask Alicia in the questions, they say, how do I pronounce this word? I'm like, check the dictionary. Go to the dictionary and push the audio icon. You can check the pronunciation of anything with a native speaker pronunciation. Yeah? So when you find a new vocabulary word, just go check it there. I do this sometimes too. When I find really interesting, unique words I've never seen before, I check it. I actually do this for English words that I don't know as well. So you should do this too. So this one, super important, okay? Second then, lesson dialogues, anything that you use for your language studies, especially if you have a script, okay? So you can use the lesson dialogues for shadowing practice, yeah? If you don't know what shadowing is when you repeat something after the speaker quickly. So for example, if you're watching this video right now, you might try to say the same things I'm saying with the same pronunciation, the same intonation, at the same speed, and so on. So you would say it right after me, like an echo, right? Immediately after, yeah? So the idea is you're trying to get used to the ways that native speakers would say the sentences and say the different vocabulary words, yeah? So you can use these lesson dialogues for shadowing practice, which gives you speaking practice, yeah? And it's listening practice. You have to listen very carefully and try to say the same thing, okay? Second then, you can read the script of the lesson dialogue as you listen, okay? So for example, if you use like one of our audio lessons or maybe our video lessons too, we sometimes have the captions here at the bottom. Sometimes they are automatically created. But you can listen like to me or one of my videos, or you can listen to an audio dialogue and read the script at the same time. So this is really helpful to do because, of course, you are getting listening practice, listening to the dialogue, but two, you can also read the script to catch all those vocabulary words that are difficult, or you can catch those parts that have interesting pronunciations, yeah? Like I try to speak very clearly because there are learners of many levels that watch this channel and watch these videos. But native speakers tend to connect words a lot in everyday speech. And so when you read these lesson dialogue scripts at the same time as you listen, then you can catch those parts where the native speakers connect their words in a very natural way. So this can be a great tool, a great way to use the lesson dialogue together with the script to get different types of practice, okay? Good. Then let's continue to the second part here. So the second thing here is your recordings, your recordings. You might think, wait, I don't have any recordings. I understand. But this means you record yourself, right? So that means with your, maybe just with your phone, your smartphone or on your computer, you push the record button, audio record button, and record yourself saying something. If you use our website, if you use English Class 101, you can find an audio recording button next to the vocabulary words on the website. So you might think, I don't want to record myself. I hate listening to myself. I understand. I was the same actually at the beginning. When I started making videos, I was like, oh, I sound like that, I look like that. It's so strange, right? To see yourself and to listen to your own voice. It feels really strange and you feel kind of embarrassed. But the good thing is your recordings are only for you. You don't have to share them with me. You don't have to share them with your friends or with your family. It's just for you to listen to. So you don't have to share it with anyone. This is for your study only. So you can record yourself, and this can help you to find pronunciation and intonation issues to fix or to improve, yeah? So here are a couple things that you can do easily, starting today if you want to, yeah? So you can record yourself saying a new vocabulary word, like maybe you check a native speaker's pronunciation for a new vocabulary word in the dictionary, yeah? And then you can record yourself saying the new vocabulary word. Play your recording, listen to it, and then play the native speaker recording, listen to it. Do they match or do they sound different, right? If they sound different, you can try again. Make a new recording for yourself, yeah? So in this way, you can compare your pronunciation, you or the native speaker, which one is best. So make them match, right? You can do this to make sure your pronunciation is accurate, right? So check your pronunciation of vocabulary words and of course of sentences. You can do this when you shadow the lesson dialogues too, yeah? All right, and second here, you can record yourself shadowing the dialogue and compare to the native recording, like I just said. So when you do this, when you shadow somebody, so that means you're repeating quickly after them, you make like maybe 1 minute or maybe 3 minutes recording. So listen to yourself and then listen to the native and then compare. Did you have good speed? Was it matching with the native speaker's speed? How was your intonation? That means the up and down sounds of the language, yeah? How was your pronunciation, right? Where were the parts where your pronunciation was a little different from the native speaker? So think about these kinds of things when you listen to your recordings. And another interesting part of making these personal recordings is you can check these later. So for example, if you do an audio recording, if you practice with audio recordings today, for example, and then like you practice every day, and then 1 month later, 1 month from today, you listen to today's recording, you will probably be surprised that you'll probably be able to notice that you improved, that you made some progress, yeah? So these recordings can also be a really interesting way to see yourself and to listen to yourself and notice that you improve, yeah? Because sometimes it's sort of hard to tell, you know? So these are great tools to help you with your speaking practice if you don't have someone to speak with as well, yeah? So give those a try. Okay, let's take one more quick break and then we will go to the last part. We're going to talk about grammar explanations and some things that we can do with grammar explanations to boost your learning. All right, so very quickly, I'm going to come and check the comments. Hello, everybody saying hello. Welcome. Let's see. Faisal on Facebook wrote, I can't find the book. Check, do you mean the ebook, the core word ebook? Check the link above this video on Facebook. Make this video small and click the link. It should be somewhere right here, okay? Hello to everyone saying hello. Welcome. Let's see, I don't see people that are putting like major comments in, so I'm gonna continue on with the lesson because we don't have a whole lot of other stuff to talk about. Or, sorry, we don't have a whole lot of other time to talk about the last one. Okay, let's go to, oh, I didn't remind you, sorry. If you missed it super, super quickly, I will tell you about it one more time later, but our team does have a core word ebook for you. Also, you can find pronunciations for all of these core words at EnglishClass101.com. So if you want to do all of the audio recording practice I just talked about, you can do that with all of these words too in this free ebook. So check this out. Check the link in the YouTube description. Facebook, if you can't find it on Facebook, just make the video small. The link is there, right here, right here. I promise, I promise. Okay? Okay, let's go to the last part. It's time. Time is running out. Okay, last thing I want to talk about today is grammar explanations. Okay, so I know many of you have different styles, right? You have different learning styles. Maybe you use a textbook. Great. Maybe you have some online lessons. Great. Maybe you have, in-person lessons. Great. Maybe you use YouTube videos, Facebook videos like this. Great. All of that is great, okay? But some points about how to use those grammar explanations in the grammar videos. Because over the years, I've seen in YouTube comments people asking about how to use, a grammar video. What should I do with this? So here are some ideas for you. So first, about online lessons and about YouTube videos especially, right? When you're sitting at home, maybe some of you are now, maybe we just want to watch. We want to feel like we're studying, right? It's easy to feel like we're studying, but we need to take action. Yeah, we need to make sure we make time to learn the information. So when you watch YouTube videos, when you take the online lessons, yeah, make sure you take notes. So physically, write in a notebook on a piece of paper with a pen or a pencil or a marker or something. Make sure you take notes. What did you learn? What were the main points of the lesson, right? So take notes about the grammar, yeah? And then if you use a textbook, like especially by yourself, take the quizzes that are in your textbook too, right? Don't just skip that. This is another chance for you to review the information, so don't skip those quizzes, yeah? They're there to help you. Okay. Then my last 3 points I guess 3 points, is going for today's lesson. These are just for all different types of grammar explanations that you use, yeah? So you can, of course, watch and read the information about the new grammar. That's all input, right? But we need to make sure we also have opportunities for output, right? How do you make sure you are speaking with the language and writing with the language, yeah? So here are some things to do. First, write. Underline. Again, write. Physically write, not on your phone, not on your computer. That's great, but also take some time to physically write the sentences with the new grammar, okay? So for example, if you watch one of my YouTube videos, thank you. But then make sure after you watch the video, write something down. What did you learn? Write a sentence with the new grammar. Write 2 sentences. Write 3. Go crazy, yeah? So write your own sentences with the new grammar. Do this with your online lessons and your textbooks and so on, okay? Second, one more point. This gives you writing practice, yeah? You are outputting, yeah? Second, read sentences with the new grammar out loud. So out loud means using your voice, yeah? So you read something in your textbook or you read the information in the YouTube video, say that out loud, right? So the reason for this is when we learn new grammar points, sometimes it feels like when we read just on the screen or in the textbook, we can get the information, yeah? We understand it. We're like, okay, I understand, like I should use this grammar point for this reason. But sometimes when we have to train our mouth to say the new things, we're like, ugh, this feels really strange and uncomfortable, yeah? It feels new. It feels like the first time you rode a bicycle, maybe. It might feel like, this seems really strange. I don't know how to do this all correctly, right? So make sure you read sentences with the new grammar out loud so that you can get used to making those new sounds and get used to putting the sounds and the grammar together, yeah? This will give you speaking practice, okay? And finally, oh my gosh, again, always review. Oh my gosh, please, please, please review. So like we talked about at the very beginning, at the beginning of today's lesson, spaced repetition is really important for your learning. Review is really important for your learning. So if you watch a YouTube video, if you watch one of my YouTube videos, a grammar video, great. Watch it today, watch it in 1 week, right? Watch it again in 1 month, right? So we usually don't remember things just seeing them one time, right? We usually need multiple times. We need to see something more than once in order to remember it really, really well, yeah? So make sure that you review. If you're using a textbook, go back in the textbook the next week or the next month and check the things that you learned, right? That's the purpose of quizzes. It's the purpose of tests, right? We're reviewing the information. So if you give yourself lots of opportunities to review, your memory will get stronger over time, yeah? So make sure that you have lots of chances to review with your grammar, yeah? So when you watch our videos, when you watch my videos, when you listen to these audio lessons, when you check your flashcards or whatever, make sure you are reviewing the information, okay? So not just one time, because you won't remember it, probably, unless you're superhuman, in which case, congratulations. I'm not, but maybe you are, I don't know. All right, this is the end of today's lesson, review. So I have to finish there, but I will, of course, be back next week. I'll come check the comments one more time. Hello to everyone who has joined. I let's see, someone again asked, how do I get the PDF? I want to say the link, as always, is below the video on YouTube. Facebook, the video link is above this video when you make the video small. Make the video small. Check here or check here. There is a link. Go there, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4 steps you can follow to get that PDF. Amazing. Okay, I have to finish there. So we're out of time for this week's lesson, but of course I'll be back next week. So I hope that you enjoyed learning some new ideas about study tools that you can use to boost your learning, to learn faster, more efficiently, to remember things. Don't we all love that? All right, so let's take a look. What is next week's lesson? Next week's lesson, yes, next week I'll be back Wednesday. What is the date for next week's lesson? That's a good question. Next week, that will be, what is it, February 1st? Wednesday, February 1st? The 31st. The 31st, Wednesday, January 31st at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is New York City time. If you don't know your local time, please Google it. Or you can set a notification on Facebook or on YouTube, and you will get notified when we start the live stream. Next week, I'm going to talk about how to talk about money. Don't we all love talking about money? So next week, that is going to be our very fun, very interesting topic. So please make sure to join me there. Yes, so this is the Wednesday time because Wednesday is the time zone that most people use for this, but I know some of you watch on Thursday. We just use Wednesday to talk about for everybody. So that's it. Thank you to everybody who joined live. Don't forget, free PDF, free words for you. You can find this at EnglishClass101.com if you want to get those free PDFs of the 2,000 core words of English, and you can add them to your spaced repetition flashcards to start practicing right away. All right, so thanks so much for joining. Thank you so much for liking and sharing the video. That was super awesome. Thanks for sending your comments live. If you want to find me on Instagram, that link is in the YouTube description. The link for the PDF is also in the description here. And have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great weekend, and I will see you again next time.